Hey everyone, what is going on? So we have another video for you today in the Open Great League, and these are my battles that I did, and I used the ranked #1 trainer's team. She reached #1 on the global leaderboards. Absolutely insane. Huge congratulations. I think her name is Paula. I will leave a link to her Twitter in the description down below. And yeah, I mean, I'm sure she's played this team, probably plays this team a lot better than I do, no doubt about it. But the team is going to be Tapu Fini with Glorian Stunfisk and Shadow Gliscor. So very cool team. Yeah, really excited, and I did well with it. I did well with it. So we're taking a look at a few games today. This is a relatively short video, but we'll see how things go. But either way, I'm going for the Earthquake into the Azumel. The Azumel really wants to flip switch. I don't want them to flip switch. They're going to be able to get off this Ice Beam, so I'm going to go ahead and shield it. If my opponent lets me land an Earthquake, I might be able to flip switch. I might be able to farm down. We will see, but we go ahead and go for this Earthquake, see if they want to let it go, and they do let it go. So now I can shield this and farm down, I think. I think I can Mud Shot down before the bubbles get me, and I'm able to take switch. Look how low I am, literally 1 HP, right? So able to get off a Rock Slide into the Sableye. The Sableye will farm me down, but gets very little farm. So we do go ahead and get off that Rock Slide damage. Very nice. I'm going to bring in Tapu Fini. It's funny because I actually forgot to put a second move on my Tapu Fini before this battle. I added afterwards for the next battle, but the first battle I forget to put the move on. So my opponent is going to go ahead and go for an attack. It is going to be a return. That's going to KO the Tapu Fini, but I do bring in Gliscor. Gliscor really wants to farm this Sableye down. My opponent will be able to get off an attack, and the attack is going to be that Foul Play. And then comes Registeel, and of course I'm going to be able to go for the Earthquake. I wasn't sure if this would KO. This is the Great League, but I wasn't sure. We get off the Earthquake. It does not KO. I thought they would get to an attack, but no, a couple wing attacks. We're able to knock out the Registeel, and we're able to take that win despite the bad lead. The Registeel into my Tapu Fini, right? And good game to my opponent. So let's go ahead and move into the next battle. Tapu Fini into Pelipper. This is okay. I mean, obviously our attacks, our water gun attacks are going to be resisted, but it's still chunking away. We do have to watch out for the Hurricane, but at the same time, my opponent could bait, right? They tried to catch, so good attempt. We're going to go ahead and switch into Gliscor. I was a little bit slow on that switch, but that is okay. We know we could take these attacks, unless they have Flash Cannon, but they don't. So we do take the Zap Cannon. My opponent does get the debuff, which is a little bit unfortunate for me, but we're going to go ahead and go for the Earthquake. Not going to bait. I was pretty confident they would shield, but I'm still not going to bait. And they do shield, so it's good for them, but we're going to be able to shield up this Registeel, and it is a Zap Cannon, of course, and they do get another debuff. So now I'm thinking, well, with double debuff, the Earthquake probably won't KO. Maybe they won't shield this one, but we do get off this Earthquake right now, and my opponent really wants switch, so he decides to go ahead and shield it. So I think I fight for switch as well. I do. I go ahead and shield. It's going to be another Zap Cannon. We are getting debuffed. No. Oh, yeah, that's right. I anticipated the switch into Pelipper, my opponent, to try and combo play. So I immediately switch into Tapu Fini to catch the Weather Ball, and that's exactly what my opponent decides to do. So that's good for me. We go for the Moonblast, KO that Pelipper. Registeel coming in, but they do have to throw an attack. They cannot get... they cannot lock on down me from this range. Not even close. So we're going to be able to get off the Surf. Very nice. And trying to water gun it down. Of course, they're going to get to an attack, but that's totally fine. We'll just let this go. Again, we should be able to farm down with whatever we choose to. They're not going to be able to make it to an attack. I do bring in the Stunfisk, get ahead on energy, and we are going to be able to Mud Shot it down before they get to an attack. Loaded energy, and my opponent will concede. So definitely didn't want to face Glorian Stunfisk. My opponent did not want to. Moving on, Tapu Fini into Toxapex. Yeah, not good, not good. So we're going to go ahead and switch into Gliscor, and my opponent will follow suit with a Swampert. So this is actually flippable. It really is. So we're going to go ahead and shield this. Obviously, Hydro Cannon from a Shadow onto a Shadow will KO me. So I'm going to go ahead and go for the Night Slash. My opponent actually calls it, which is a good play. So should I have baited? I don't know. You could have thrown the Earthquake there, but I think it's safer to throw Night Slash. We'll be able to get a shield here, and we actually get the boost. So what I could do is shield and farm down. Now, even without the boost, I could still shield and farm down, I'm pretty sure, before they get to another Hydro Cannon. So I don't think we needed that boost. I needed that boost in order to farm down, but still, it's very nice for me. So I go ahead and go for the Night Slash, and guess what? My opponent calls it. My opponent calls it. That was a mistake, for sure, because I could have reached 2 Earthquakes, I think, maybe. So I should have went for the Earthquake instead of baiting, because that Earthquake obviously would have KO'd, right? So I would say that was a mistake on my end, but it's okay. It's okay. So they're going to be able to farm down. They still have a shield. I bring in Galarian Stunfisk, and out comes a Medicham, so we're going to go ahead and bring in Tapu Fini. Now my opponent is up a shield, so a little bit scary there. We're going to be able to take the Psychic. I'm going to take the Psychic as expected. Charging up for the Moonblast, and I'm going to go ahead and throw the Surf right now. Even if they call this, it's going to get it low, so this was definitely a safe Surf here. And they do get off an attack. So if it's a Psychic, obviously KOs. But I was wondering, will an Ice Punch be enough to KO? But it actually is enough. So now I bring in Galarian Stunfisk. And I'm going to be able to get off this Earthquake, but not before they get off an Ice Punch. Now, the thing is, Brine is a weak move, right? So I know I live a Brine at this health. So we're going to go ahead, I'm going to go ahead and go for this Earthquake. This will KO. They're going to bring in Toxapex, and again, I do live a Brine, and the Poison Gems are literally doing nothing. I think we triple resist them, right? So Brine is not going to be enough to KO, and I'm going to be able to get to a move, but they actually concede. So it was actually a really close matchup. Well played to my opponent. It wouldn't have been as close if I threw the Earthquake onto the Toxapex, but it is what it is. Let's move on to the next one. We're going up against in a Azumarill right now. Okay. So my opponent is continuing to farm up. I'm going to go ahead and throw this Moonblast right now. This Moonblast is going to connect. Very nice. They're going to be able to throw an attack. I'm just going to let it go. We can take the first one. This is not the worst matchup in the world, right? So we're going to... I'm going to continue. They do go ahead and throw an attack. So I'm going to shield with my Tapu Fini. And then continue to farm up. And we can throw Surf. Surf is not enough to KO. After these Water Guns, I think it is... barely enough. Do they barely survive it? Let's see. I think they actually might barely survive. They do barely survive. So I think they survived that, and one more Water Gun got him down, I think. But either way, I'm going to go ahead and throw this attack right now. Surf, and my opponent is going to go ahead and shield, so Tapu Fini goes down. I do bring in Galarian Stunfisk. Now, my opponent is going to go ahead and throw an attack, and I was wondering if if I KO it with 2 Rock Slides now, since I did some Water damage, or Water Gun damage to it, right? So in comes Swamp It. My opponent does go ahead and throw this attack. I'm going to go ahead and shield, and then bait with Rock Slide to hope to pick up a shield here. See if my opponent decides to shield. I do have to save that for the Noctowl, the Stunfisk, so I'm going to go ahead and bring in this Gliscor. Now, so I do get KO'd from a Shadow Swampert, but that's not a Shadow Swampert. So I'm going to be able to live this Hydro Cannon. Not well, but we do live it. It's not like they can farm us down, and we make it to the Earthquake. Shadow Gliscor is able to make it. Those IVs coming in clutch. And we KO them, and they bring in Noctowl, and 2 Rock Slides should be enough. They need Shadow Bolt and a Sky Attack to KO me, whereas 1 Shadow Bolt will not be enough to KO. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this attack right now, this Rock Slide. And we're at another one, but do they have 2 attacks on that Noctowl? My opponent will throw the Sky Attack, and I guess they're going for 2 Sky Attacks. 2 Sky Attacks may have KO'd. Good play, but they don't have it. So we're able to get off this Rock Slide and KO that Noctowl. And that is going to be a great game. Very well played to my opponent. And yeah, let me know what you think of the team. Again, thank you so much, Paula, for this team. The link to her Twitter will be in the description down below. And congratulations on reaching rank #1 on the global leaderboards. Absolutely insane. Really powerful trainer. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye.